of the team Waterworks. We presented a water fountain at Freshman Engineering Design Day, November 25th, 2014. And in this video we will be explaining the design process behind the water fountain that we built. Most of the time, when you have a design process, the first step is to define a problem. In this case, our problem was given to us. We had to design a water fountain. If the problem is not given to you, you would have to do research into something that people need. After you have defined your problem, the next thing you need to do is search for solutions. Our group brainstormed ideas. Each member designed their own water fountain, and then we compared what each group member made when we met. Each member made suggestions and edits to the other people's designs.
We had 4 solutions to pick between, some simple, some complex. Eventually, we decided on one that was a moderate, in that it was both interesting and simple enough to build. Building was cutting and nailing together pieces of plywood to our SolidWorks specifications. Then we sealed it and had to wait a long time for it to dry. But eventually we got to painting it and gave it a tropical theme to match the pieces of bamboo. Testing is a crucial step in the design cycle because it checks if your project completes a designated task. Testing quickly revealed that the base leaked. This had to be remedied with caulk. Later, we found the water wheel would not spin, so we had to drill a larger hole in it to make it start spinning. Later at Fed, we additionally had to put glue around the fins, and then finally the water wheel manned for judging.
One of the major challenges we had in this project was to get the base of the structure to seal water and not leak. We tried many approaches, our first being the commercial product Flex Seal, which is a simple spray-on sealant. However, it gooped up and ran, which gave way for many holes that water came through. And we tried this several different times, both on the inside and the outside of the structure. Eventually that just didn't work and we had to go to running caulk all the way around the inside. At Freshman Design Day, we came across a few more challenges. The night before, whenever we were testing, our water wheel worked just fine. However, the next morning, after making no changes at all, the water wheel would not spin. And so the judges wanted to see our wheel as we were starting to put it back on for the final time. So during judging, we weren't even sure if our water wheel was going to work properly, but in the end, we ended up coming out 8th overall.
Over the course of our project, we had many things that we could have done differently. The Flex Seal that we used to try to seal the base of our structure didn't actually work, and instead of just switching to a different product immediately, we put layer after layer over the bottom, which we had to scrape out later. Also, when making our water wheel, we forgot to account for the expansion of wood and water, and we drilled the hole too small. Most importantly, we could have done everything just a little earlier to relieve some of that last minute stress. That last point is probably the most important thing to keep in mind for future Fed projects. Do everything early. We had one of our group members go home the weekend after we finalized our design, and start building the structure immediately. And that really helped us out down the road. We were able to do our painting and our sealing and not have to worry about getting the structure done at a later point. Another thing that you might want to work on is having everybody input their ideas equally. By drawing from the whole group, you can come up with some really cool ideas, and maybe somebody who wouldn't feel comfortable sharing otherwise will share when they're told that everybody needs to contribute.